Hey guys, Bitter Steel here, back with another video. As you can tell, my voice is not exactly great right now. I'm coming off the tail end of a big cold, but I'm gonna try anyway, so let's go. Today we will try to save another disaster save, and oh boy, already looks like a doozy. It's not on historical, so I don't like that, and Iron Man mode is off, so this could be tampered with, so let's check it out. Okay, let's check out. Oh no, who aren't you at war with? Okay, so he somehow finds himself at war with the United States, Yugoslavia, Spain, Afghanistan and Iran, and Portugal even. Like, why? How? Don't question it, don't question it. Okay, first off, halt all these offensives because you're not going anywhere. You've made some questionable decisions. You haven't even done Fate of Czechoslovakia. It's a free country, why not? Other than that, you've mostly skipped over these. These are really good. That's a lot of extra factories here, plus the extra research slots. So I'm gonna let the one you're running finish. It's almost done. I'm gonna go Hermann Göring Werke, KDF-Wagen, and the extra research slots. And depending on the world scene, we'll reevaluate when we get to that point, because this is not looking great, I'll tell you that. What else is it? Oh my god, logistics. Your army is gone. Your troops don't have guns. No tanks, no trucks. Okay, so that's something we need to fix. Do you have an air force? Yes and no. Might as well not have one. I'm gonna delete these and reorganize. Navy. Okay, so at least there's a semblance of a navy, but I don't think we have the oil to like properly run it, so I'll just organize it and leave it for now. Are you at war with the Soviets? No, but they will be coming for you eventually. I can guarantee you that they will. Pretty sure the Czechs will come for you eventually as well. I think there's a focus down here where they... No, they have the original focus tree. When world tension spikes high enough, or like, for instance, when the Soviets declare on you, they might still join the Allies, so they are a potential threat. You want to deal with them when you can. You're not running a bunch of DLC, so this is unmodded, I think, judging by the color of Yugoslavia and the focus trees I'm seeing here for these countries. Yeah, but that's okay. I am gonna do this one with all my DLC enabled. I'll just not use stuff like the espionage agency, just to keep things on the level. I just don't want to mess with turning DLCs on and off. Research. Why are you doing radar? You have other concerns, like your industry. Your industry is behind. Yeah, mechanized, not realistic. Again, industry, construction or production? Yeah, production. Decryption side channel attack. Like, this doesn't even do anything for me because I'm running La Resistance. So yeah, I'm gonna turn... You went ham for radar, my friend. Why? I could get construction, but I think I'll be better off getting armor. I'm gonna shift into producing medium tanks for the long game. Schwerpunkt, this one's actually pretty good, but considering the situation Germany's in right now, I would have gone with mobile infantry, but I'll leave Schwerpunkt, it's not that bad. Now, political power, you've got a lot to spend here, so let's start... Oh no! Okay, we're gonna ramp things down to extensive conscription. You've got plenty of manpower, my friend, you don't need more. We're gonna hire the armor genius, assuming we have any tanks. I'll check that out in a minute, because I was a little quick on that. And I guess we'll hire Bormann for some more PP gain. Leaves us with 150 to spend on... I'm gonna get a tank designer. This may be a stupid choice, but I'm gonna get a tank designer to get really good mediums out. Okay, now, production. Yeah, I guess you're gonna need a lot of infantry equipment. Not as much support, and definitely not as much towed artillery. Light tanks, I'll leave as is. Motorized fighters. I don't think it's realistic to start coming back from your fighter deficit now. I think it's gonna be best if we make towed AA now. Like, we have lost the air war, there's no coming back from that. So big on towed anti-air, no tactical bombers, no CAS, and as much as it pains me, no fighters. You're producing subs. They're sub 2, so they're pretty terrible, so I'm gonna delete all of them. You got a bit of a surface fleet queued up. This might be useful if we're gonna sea line later, so I'll let these produce. And then just follow it up with convoys. You'll need a lot of convoys. Do you have any better subs though? No. Oh, technically you've not even researched... Oh yeah, you don't have man the guns enabled, so we can abandon the Navy game then. I'll not look into it. We're not gonna sea line in this game, I think. I'll consider this one if we can push the Allies off the continent and we're ready to face off the Soviet Union. More production to be settled. No, I first need to check out templates before I make any big decisions. So cancel all production. You're not gonna make anything, you don't have anything. Oh, you're staging a coup? Can I turn that off? No, I can't turn that off. So I'll need to reload the the game without that DLC active, then turn off the coup, and then reload the game. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. I'll deal with that in a minute. So, lowest priority, reinforcements high, garrisons high, the rest doesn't really matter. This is your infantry, so this is the basic infantry Germany starts with. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. It will hold. Ideally, you'd add another infantry battalion to it, but yeah, we don't have the infantry equipment for it. Still, I'm gonna do it. I mean, the difference in the deficit doesn't matter at all at this point. At least the templates can be forgotten. If we get enough experience and equipment, I'll add support anti-air as well. And then our panzers. Wo sind die Panzers? Oh god, this is also... Okay, I'll give you a quick tip for an armor battalion. This isn't it. If you want something quick and dirty, this will work. 20 width, light tanks. However, 20 width is not what we're after. I'm gonna juice these up to a nice 40 width. We have the army experience. Yes, we don't have the equipment, but I see you have a lot of divisions in the field. Maybe we can cobble together something that works. So something like this, 40 combat width, a 35 organization. This should be decent moving forward. Let's hope it works. That does mean I'm gonna need a lot of light tanks. A lot of light tanks. And infantry equipment, flak as well. We're gonna need a lot of everything, really. Yeah, I'll leave things as they are. I'm not gonna trade for rubber. Ah, speaking of trade, I'm gonna cancel all trade because all of our convoys are gonna get sunk. You've already lost 10% war support from convoy raiding, so no more trading overseas. Now to organize the army. Let's see. I'll move all the armor and mobile units into Guderian's troops. Yes, Guderian can deal with the armor. I'm not sure where I'm gonna organize them, but that can wait. Okay, so somehow you've got 40 light tank divisions and they're all terrible. So I'm going to be consolidating these into fighting strength divisions. I don't know how many we're going to end up with, but I'll try and organize them near Stuttgart and from there move them somewhere I can find a use for them. Right now they need to be reorganized. Speaking of reorganizing, I'm going to get rid of all these front lines and assign some field marshals. So Guderian offensive, von Kluge. Yes, von Kluge will man the offense, and the rest of these guys, pure infantry, you will be under Model. Your purpose is to defend and hold the line for Germany. Speaking of lines, what are these? Yeah, these Hungarian divisions, they can sort themselves out, not our concern. Right, front lines. The Alps are lost, the Balkan is lost, so we will set up a defensive line along this river through Innsbruck across here, I think. Yeah, that looks sensible. Gonna make all these divisions withdraw in good order, so I don't want anyone getting stuck behind and in combat. So these are gonna withdraw to that line. 23 divisions should be able to hold that. I can pull more divisions there if I need to. I'm also gonna standardize this army. Everybody infantry there. I'm gonna try and hold this as best I can and try to make a push with the tanks from Mulhouse. Close the pocket here around Dijon. That will cut all of these guys off. We can crush the pocket and hopefully make some moves moving forward. But before that can happen, the armor needs to be reorganized, of course. And yes, I know I'm making outdated equipment, but it's got really high production efficiency. I don't want to ruin that. I want to make as many of these as I can. And once the deficit is almost gone, I will start making better guns. Construction-wise, I will be building a couple of synthetics, followed up with military factories. You will need a lot more mills than what you have, my friend. Your build-up was not the best. But like you said in your email, you're a pretty new player, so this is not that shocking. A lot of players, make strategic mistakes or don't know how templates work, so I hope I can teach you a little bit with my video. So that's a lot of talking for the setup. Let's go. Okay, like these tanks here, what I'm gonna do is just select them in groups, consolidate them using this button, and then make fighting strength divisions until I have eliminated all of these tanks and only the really good ones remain. And the really good ones I am immediately assigning to the front here near Mulhouse. They will be used to do a thrust. One more thing I've noticed, your ally, Nation Française, is in the Axis. This is the result of a coup. I would not play around with the coup mechanics. Don't bother, especially for the French. Just invade through the north, take the victory points up here, and they will capitulate. Just set up Vichy if you don't want to secure your Mediterranean flank, but don't bother with coup mechanics. They're usually not worth it.
2,000 years later.
Alright, after all that consolidating our light tanks, we are down to just 5 combat effective divisions, of which some are still lacking tanks, but this is something we can deal with, and we're down to 35,000 guns in the whole, and we only need a few hundred more tanks, so this is no longer a massive issue. I think we're good here. If we can make a move here on this tile and keep the momentum going to the south, we can create a nice encirclement. Well, the terrain isn't ideal, and our tanks are not the world's greatest. But we are gonna make a move, and I hope to God we can make something happen here. Oh, right, fuel. I should probably be buying some fuel from the Soviets instead of chromium. I misclicked there. I'm not gonna bother importing rubber. It's fine that we produce at a little bit of a reduced efficiency. It's not worth losing convoys over. Does look like we might be able to break this division. Alright, so with that done, I think I'm gonna get the Hermann Göringwerke down to the extra research slots. Seems like a good deal. Okay, our southern flank is holding, though this is going to be continuously attacked. Could be problematic. I need to keep an eye on that. If we can just get this offensive going, that will be great. I also managed to find another tank division hidden between the infantry, so it needs more tanks, but it might be useful. Alright, we forced the breach. Now we have to keep moving. We have to capitalize on this. Oh, just one more tile. It's not big encirclement I hoped for, but it's still going to be devastating if we can just close this just a little bit more. One more division needs to go. Uh-oh, did they just oh god, I think they just overran some of my divisions. Oh, that's bad. Oh, come on, these two weaklings. Break them. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, one division. Push south. Pin these guys. Come on. Just come on. Yes! Alright, so smaller encirclement than I would have liked, but it's still better than nothing. Now I'm gonna use the armor to close the pocket here. We are under a lot of pressure. Downside of this is they're going to end up being encircled on 2 provinces which have level 10 forts, but if I'm not mistaken, I could change the general out for, where is he? Ernst Ebrard Hell, and he has Fortress Buster, so we can use that to quickly break the fort line. They are pushing me here in the Low Countries, but if I can clean that pocket up, I think along the River Seine towards Le Havre could work, or a quick push up to Calais, cut off the Belgian pocket and collapse that quickly. I'll have the allies on the back foot. My other line here in the south is still holding. I think I'm good. I just need a little bit more time. So that's 9 divisions encircled on Metz, which has a level 10 fort. Let's see if this guy can do something about that. Siege artillery and attack. Yes, I think we got this figured out. Yeah. Alright, so once that collapses, I'll try a push up from Reims or somewhere in this area. Somewhere flat where my tanks can move. And that is Metz destroyed. Perfect. Let's turn command back over to Guderian. Yeah, it's gonna take 4 days, but that's fine. And see if I can push towards Le Havre and then quickly run up the coast. I just hope I have enough infantry to cover that front. Sure, Italy. I think you have other concerns, like maybe try holding on to North Africa for me while I'm saving Europe for you. Maybe? God, Italy is always useless. It looks like the AI is starting to move troops around. I am in a hurry. Pressure is mounting. I don't have much time. I'll also launch some pinning attacks on the flanks with infantry, so when my tanks do break through, they can run rampant, and nothing's gonna stop them from breaking out. Well, almost nothing. Right, now it's important that the infantry follows behind. So I'm constantly railroading infantry divisions in behind my troops, so strategic redeployment. It's important that my tanks do not get cut off now. Oh, we've taken Paris, so there's that. Alright, we close the pincer slowly. Alright, I can make medium 3s. I'm gonna rush ahead, medium 2s. I'm gonna rush ahead for medium 2s. I will at some point get these though. AA guns, they're gonna be exceptionally useful considering we are doing a no air build at this point. I do want to collapse this quickly. This may be risky, but I think it's going to be worth it if my infantry helps. Now these guys should be running out of equipment soon. At least they're going to be running out of supply as I take more and more of the territory, and not to mention the victory points. If I can just take the ports though, that would be brilliant. Alright, one more port to go. One more port tile, come on. If we can get that, like, I could theoretically deploy my submarines here and convoy raid them, but it's the channel and they've got most of their fleet here. I don't know if it's worth risking my subs. They're not that great. I don't think I have to. If I can just get my armor to take that tile, I should still be good. Come on, take the port. Take the port. Yeah, this infantry offensive isn't doing me any favors. I'm already short a lot of guns. I'm just gonna try and let the tanks do the heavy lifting here. With a little luck, we'll break through. Oh, yes. Okay, so we got entire allied army in Belgium and northern France encircled. I'll let my armor do the cleanup. They should start starving as well. My idea is to rush along the coast, deny as much reinforcement as possible, and push down towards Bordeaux. Try and cut off an Alpine line, stick an army on there to just hold that front, don't advance, and clean up Spain first. That's what I'm thinking here, but we gotta move. I want to see what the Soviets are doing. Nothing useful still, so we still have time. Also gonna start making medium tanks and slowly ramp down light tank production. We shouldn't be taking massive casualties anyway. Only I had some equipment so I could deploy some troops because I don't feel comfortable with all these exposed ports. I just don't have anything available. Oh, it looks like Hungary managed to retake Budapest, but I think this is all very short-lived. Yeah, more and more American divisions are going to be arriving. Oh, this is a lot of divisions though. This might take a while to clean up. I wish I had more divisions available because I really want to sweep down into southern France. This looks so exposed, but I cannot leave these guys here. Meanwhile, our southern flank is still taking a lot of heat, but we are holding. We are holding. All right, 150 PP. What do I spend it on? A war industrialist, maybe? Or army regrouping, army logistics? I think the army needs us. Industry is... it's difficult. It's really difficult to choose. Actually, I'm gonna get the Blitzkrieg Theorist, 10% speed for my armor. Speed is what is going to win us this. Could end up regretting this tremendously, but we'll see. So far, so good. As much as I hate to pull units off my line, I am gonna assign one army, the smallest of my infantry armies, to guard my ports. I am getting the naval invasion sound over and over again, so I can already see them make landings here. They will naval invade me from the rear. I cannot afford that right now. This slightly weakens my front line, but it's a sacrifice that's worth it, I think. Yeah, it's a small invasion, but if they take a port behind me, there's going to be hundreds of divisions swarming in, so I cannot afford it. I'm going to be so glad when this is finally crushed. This is a lot of divisions we've got here. So like 41, that's like 60 or so divisions, 65 divisions, I think. And in about 6 months, our equipment deficit will be fixed. All right, we're doing very well. Can I improve my tanks somewhat? Maybe signal oh, you haven't researched any of them. Oh, that's annoying. All right, so it's 64 divisions we have encircled here, so the allies are gonna feel this one. I get to watch the allies die one division at a time. This is actually oddly satisfying. And we have crushed them. All right, where do I advance? This looks like a vulnerable spot. And then we push towards Brest, I think. All right, we made another breakthrough. Exploit that. And go every which way while the infantry follows us behind. Avoid battle where we can and just drive around the enemy. I could get more construction speed, but I just noticed he has virtually no support companies, so I'm gonna get myself some logistics and signal companies. Also, our AA and artillery are horribly outdated, so I'll make up for that as well. Alright, we've made it to Cherbourg. Let's close this pocket as well. They still have Le Havre, but I think I should be good. We are starting to run into some supply issues though, so this may complicate things. Supply tends to ruin most Hearts of Iron 4 games. I'm really hoping they fix a lot of that issue in No Step Back. But so far so good. We're still moving forward. That's what I want to see. Now to just collapse this pocket quickly and move on. We must have inflicted a lot of casualties. Ooh, we've taken a lot of hits here. I should have checked this at start. I don't know what we started with, but I think we've done a lot of damage in the time since we've taken over. Alright, Schwerpunkt is done. I could continue on doctrine work. Do I want to? Yes, but I also need to keep up with everything else. I'll let this one work on industry some more, and the extra research slot we'll get on the next focus. I'll stick that one on doctrine permanently. Alright, Le Havre cleaned up. Let's get the armor to work here and push towards Brest. Yikes, my armor is just driving around the enemy wherever I want to. I love light tanks for their speed. I just wish they were a little more durable. Just need Brest. They've got divisions in Brest. Oh well, I'll just cut them off. That should close that pocket. So far so good. This is looking a lot better than what we started with. How are the Soviets? Still not coming for us. And that's more divisions destroyed in Brest. I am very grateful for this armor. I hope I can get some medium tanks in there as well. Light tanks are really doing a good job, but mediums are just so much beefier. And I'm just driving around the French defenders. They've got nothing here. This is a little shocking. Can I make it to Bordeaux? Yes, I can make it to Bordeaux. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right, this is gonna be stupid, but if it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. I'm gonna drive from here all the way to the Swiss border. If I can make it. If I can pin them here, that is this entire army crushed. If I can just make it. I'll have to hurry though, because they are responding. Okay, so I might not make it all the way to the Swiss border. That was a little cocky on my part. Was to be expected though, but I can still make some good pockets in the region. We just have to really exploit our freedom of movement right now. Take every victory point within reach, because if we have victory points, we have supply, and with supply we can keep this train going. Another pocket, that's good, that's good. This one isn't as big, but every little bit helps. Crush that and keep moving, keep moving. I want to pin them against the Swiss border if I can. At least push up to the Italian Alps, close that front with an infantry army, and then deal with Spain. And maybe it's time for army regrouping. Yes. All right, I have my Panzerkampfwagen 4. I think I'm going to research the Flakpanzers. That will reduce the need for lights and will allow me to get some air defense. How are our stockpiles looking? Pretty tight, pretty decent actually. I'm going to start distributing anti-air to my infantry. I need a few more, but I think this will work. And that is another bunch of allied divisions gone forever. And the armor continues its advance towards the Swiss border. And another pocket. Great, close that. It looks like we might actually reach the Swiss border this time. Oh, looking good, looking good. No! Oh, so close. We're closing the door on the Swiss border. Yes, all right, great. So that's cut off as well. How do I play this? I'll let the infantry close this, I think, and use the gap I've created with my armor to really drive the point home and try and get to Marseille. Fortunately, our equipment deficit is almost gone as well, so we're catching up, I think it's time we switch over to the better infantry equipment then. Let's just do that. Could have sworn I had more factories a minute ago though. I'll peel a few off light tanks. And we've made it to the French southern coast. Okay, options. I see many options here. I can close this. That's another massive pocket. I am afraid that I might be massively overextending my lines though. Let's just try a mass infantry assault, see where that gets us. Just reduce the size of this gigantic pocket. Alright, the extra research slot. Fate of Czechoslovakia at this point is pointless. I could do Operation Weserübung, take out Denmark. That's a bunch of free guns and it'll close off the Baltic Sea for us. That would be good. I think I'll put up the Atlantic Wall just to give me a bit of peace of mind. Yeah. In terms of construction, forts, etc. It might help. That is another pocket. Halt, everyone. Reorganize. It's very important that we don't mess this up now. As far as the Italian front's concerned, I'm just gonna hold this. Maybe walk in a few tiles so we get some victory points. But at this point, I'm not gonna try and liberate Italy, I think. My main concern is going to be dealing with the Spanish and secure this continent first. We've really cut the Allies to ribbons here. Like Blitzkrieg 2.0. I can make my flak panzers. I'm gonna upgrade and see if I can get the better version. I'm gonna start making them as well. 5 factories should be sufficient, and I'll ramp down light tank production. Really, Pétain, I've taken back your entire country. You've got factories, you've got manpower, you've got three divisions. Just, come on, man, start pulling your own weight. Meanwhile, Romania's gone, Hungary's gone, and our Yugoslavia's gone, so the Baltic front is, well, dissolved. I guess it's something we won't have to worry about then. I'll stick this one army on the Alpine front. They should be able to hold that with relative ease. Could use more coast guards though, but I just don't have any troops. Well, I can start recruiting soon, I guess. Alright, time to embarrass the Spanish then. Got more PP to spend. I'm gonna fire Keitel, because I just noticed you have the division training guy. Don't need that. I am getting von Brauchitz division speed. So I've just requested my puppet Poland, all its divisions. I'm gonna help use them to guard my ports, because naval invasions are getting out of hand, and my regular divisions are needed to do actual fighting. Oh, looks like I can finally invite Bulgaria. Sure. I don't think I'll call you into fight, but you might draw some troops away. Let's see if I can cut off these Spanish troops in the north of Spain, and then I can walk into the rest of Iberia virtually on a Greek naval landing behind my back every time. Annoying thing about these naval landings is I constantly need to reposition my troops. Alright, the Atlantic Wall is built. Now, I think it might be a good idea if I just pull my armor out of Spain for a little bit and just use them for a quick and dirty invasion of Denmark. Like, Denmark is really easy to invade anyway, and they'll probably give me a bunch of guns. So it would be a cheap way to get guns. I'm gonna do that. Westübung first. And if I get enough guns from the Danes, I might be able to recruit some more divisions because I need coastal guards. I just need more troops, especially if Russia is going to do something stupid, which they will, but we still have time, fortunately. Okay, so a lot of troops have just abandoned this front line here in Spain. This might be costly, but I think I want to try an all-out offensive, take whatever we can get here, just keep the ball rolling. Because if we control Iberia, I can devote a good amount of troops to just coastal defenses, and I can focus on taking care of Italy, and that's it. I might even have troops to spare to deal with the Czechoslovaks. Japan wants to join the Axis. Empire of Japan, you say? Oh, non-historical Japan. Sure. Alright, welcome. Welcome to the party, pal. Why don't you join? Sure. Yeah, I think Spain is a bit of a spent force at this point. Unless Allied divisions rush in to help them, I'll simply overrun them with my infantry army. Meanwhile, I am set up to take care of the Danish problem. Well, seize the Danish opportunity more like, because they have a lot of guns and I want those. And there goes Operation Westübung. Alright, we will declare on the Danes. They will join the Allies. We knew that, but my armor should be more than sufficient to quickly overrun them, I hope. As for focuses, the Czechs, not yet. Maybe I can reintegrate Alsace-Lorraine or army innovations. Army innovation sounds tempting. Yeah, Spain is dead at this point. Very, very dead. And then we can take that Portuguese tungsten as well. Delicious tungsten. Alright, Franco, I've given you your country back. Start producing some divisions to help me out. Same for you, Pétain. I'm gonna need some help. Pick up the slack here. Time for the Navy to leave port. I am gonna issue some shore bombardment bonuses to the combat here. Just so we can get in and seize Copenhagen quickly. And I think... yeah, wow. Okay, so... those guys just capitulated real quick. Now, to draw some new front lines, wow. Like, there wasn't even a pop-up message. I think that's because it's a Civil War mechanic, I guess. Alright, I can just take Portugal then. And Denmark's about to fall, so free equipment for me. Oh, it reinforced me. Alright, Denmark, just give up and give me your guns. Come on, a little bit more. There we go. That is Denmark out of the picture. Huh. Ah, there we go. Oh, 5,000 guns. I would have hoped for more, but oh well. I have to garrison that bit as well, I think. Oh boy, I need more divisions. Alright, I'll rush the armor south again, and once this is cleaned up, I'll assign a lot more divisions to Coast Guard. That is Portugal overrun. Yes! Great news. Alright, how do we handle this now? This guy is my port garrison. And I'll assign one of these leftover armies to him. Who though? Like the weakest. They're both really good generals. And now to just garrison the entire coastline. I do not want to be naval invaded again. And now to just mop up around Gibraltar. I'm tempted to go up the total mobilization. I would lose some recruitable pop, but I can go up the women in the workforce soon enough. I don't think it really matters at this point. Might actually just try worker conditions, get myself some more stability. Now for my armor divisions, I've replaced 2 light tanks with 2 light self-propelled anti-airs and added 1 motorized infantry. That keeps us at a 40 combat width and around 35 organization. I'll need a lot fewer light tanks this way though. Maybe I could also switch in another medium tank. Let's see. Close enough. And with Spain now in control of the tungsten, I can just trade with them. That's a lot easier. We have a lot of brown to our south here. Wow. Alright, I think it's time we take on the Italian front now. Let's clean that up a little though. Right, let's make a push into Italy. If we are quick about it, we might actually encircle the... Yeah, done it. Perfect. We've just encircled like all of the troops they had up there. Part of me wants to quickly collapse that pocket, but it's not a lot of divisions. I think it'd be better off exploiting this massive gap we've just made and pushing towards Venice and Bologna, widening the front some more. Deny the enemy's strength. And with that, we're putting Italy back on the map as well, so Mussolini better be damn grateful for this. And we've cut Italy in half. Brilliant. Alright, let's set the armor to run south then. It's army innovations. Let's cap off our achievement by reintegrating Luxembourg and Alsace-Lorraine. I think we've earned that at this point, considering how much we've turned the war. As long as the Soviets don't come knocking soon or the Czechs, we're still good. I mean, once I've dealt with Italy, I think I can freely go for Czechoslovakia as well. Just need a little more guns. Oh, less than 100 days before our shortage is fixed though, so that's good. Oh, Japanese troops are arriving in theater. That should help as well. I just hope Japan doesn't immediately get itself naval invaded though. Japan is not good at defending itself in single player. And the armor is still just steaming down towards Rome. We are liberating Italy. Mussolini better be damn grateful for this. Oh no. No. Oh, Japan. You're on your own with this, buddy. I don't have the luxury of sparing troops to do anything about that. Italy has Rome once again, and that's Anzio. So if we can get across here, go on. As usual, Sicily is the problem. I'm not going to bother with Sicily. I'm going to shore up the defenses in this area and prepare to take out Czechoslovakia. Those are still a lot of divisions, and I don't want to risk losing to Czechoslovakia. Yeah, considering we need a lot of guns, I'm going to go up to total mobilization. I'll compensate for the loss of manpower by getting women in the workforce once we get a little more political power. Oh god. Mussolini has 36 divisions, which is great, and they are 26% equipped. Yeah, that's probably because he didn't have a country for most of this war, so I hope he fixes that, because this is a gigantic mess he's found himself in Africa. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Italy controls the Suez and Gibraltar is contested, but that means no trade can pass. I don't think these divisions are getting supplied anymore. No, they're taking massive attrition. So maybe we can push in here now. Like, the Yugoslav troops are still gonna get supply, but the other troops are gonna start starving. Oh yeah, look at the attrition here. Wow. Hey, another nice pocket in the Alps. That's good. And we've now linked up our front here, so I can make a big field marshal order for the Balkans, and we can start pushing towards Bulgaria. Oh, France. These naval invasions are pointless. Just... oh, you idiot. Okay, seeing as I may not actually need Czechoslovakia right now, I'll leave troops on the border, just in case, but I am gonna direct my assault on the Balkans itself, liberate Hungary, Romania, get my friends back into the game. Still no action from the Soviet Union, so that's good. Oh yeah, I'm going through these troops like a knife through butter. They are so out of supply, it's not even funny anymore. Yeah, I don't think I have anything to fear here. Oh, these light tanks. God, the Guderian really has saved the day in this run. Actually, that just gave me an idea. What if I just cut to the coast again? Alright, liberating Yugoslavia, liberating Hungary. Oh, Guderian, I love you. And another juicy pocket here in, what is this? Northern Italy, southern Germany. Oh yeah, we're just overrunning whatever they had left. Oh, more political power. Women in the workforce, yes please. And will you look at that, we've almost solved our equipment problems. Sure took us long enough. Yeah, this is terrible terrain to close the pockets in, but they're all cut off. They've got no supplies, so my infantry should be able to overwhelm them. At this point, I feel confident to demand the rest of Czechoslovakia. Even if they declare war on me, I've got the troops to completely encircle and crush them. They're isolated. Now is the time. Oh no, the Soviet Union's here. Does that mean all this stuff I've just captured is gonna get retaken by... Oh, for the love of... I am not ready to deal with the Soviets yet. I should have left the strip of land there. Well, looks like Bulgaria has also heeded the call, so they're now in. I may have made a major mistake by pushing all the way over there. Now the Soviets are just gonna steamroll Romania, who has virtually no troops. Same for Hungary and Bulgaria. Oh god. Well, that was stupid of me. I am going to queue up more troops. I don't have the equipment right now, but I need them, and I need them urgently. Because I will need to join that Soviet war soon, if I'm gonna stem this tide.
12 seconds later.
Yeah, my Balkan allies are steadily losing the war against the Soviets. I'm gonna need to join that war. I'm not at liberty yet. I need to deal with Czechoslovakia first. And then maybe. I would very much like more troops and more equipment. Well, Bulgaria is steadily disappearing. That is unsettling. Alright, fate of Czechoslovakia. I wonder what that does now. Second Vienna Award. That's not gonna be very useful. No, it's not. I'm actually a little curious what it would do. Yeah, I'm a little curious what it would do, so I'm gonna click that button. Okay, the Czechs resist. That's good. was expecting that. Now I just declare on Czechoslovakia and quickly and decisively overrun them. As expected, the Czechs really don't have the troops to protect themselves from all this, so I'm gonna quickly crush this, take their guns, and deploy more units. Yeah, should be in Prague within days. Alright, there we go. Hours even. Oh, that is a lot of guns I can use. Alright, with those guns, I can deploy these divisions. I'm actually gonna pull some of the more experienced divisions off my coast guards. These guys are just gonna man a big old front line, and any fresh recruits, for now they'll just have to add to the coastal guards and continue training troops. Now that we do have a little bit of a surplus of guns, we can make something happen. All my divisions are either in place or moving there. This is gonna be the big moment, I think. I'm gonna have to come in and save the day. I hope this does not end up killing the run. I accept. I am now at war with the Soviet Union. I am going to end up regretting this, aren't I? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is gonna hurt.
20 minutes later.
And this front line is about as stable as it's gonna be. I'd call this save game saved at this point. We are recruiting more troops, more tanks, more infantry. We can easily overwhelm the Soviets once those things start pumping out. We have completely fixed our equipment deficit. We are more than capable of striking back. We've also pushed the Allies almost completely off the European continent. They just have a couple of holdouts in Sicily, Greece, and the South Macedonia, Albania. So not really our concern. With time, I can easily fix that. As for the Soviet Union, it's just a matter of holding the line, let them run into us until they are bled dry and counterattack, or make some cheesy encirclements with our armor, destroy the pockets, and keep moving. Now, as you can tell, my voice is really hurting, so I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna consider this save game saved. Now, if you liked the video, leave a like, consider subscribing, and hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload more content. And if you liked this video, I'm pretty sure you're gonna like the one up next. I selected it especially for you. Thanks again. Goodbye.